Hey everybody, Nikki here with Black Dog Vintage and Antiques, and I only have done ever like a handful of these, but I figured I'd do a haul video. It is a lovely day outside. I've got my window open like that much, but look at my hand disappears when I do that. Oh, I'm getting eaten. That's actually that's a weird thing with my hand. So sorry, the light's very soft. It's early afternoon and it's a lovely day outside and I want my window open. So let me show you the haul stuff. And oh, just so everybody knows, anything I show you is available for sale. If you're interested, you can message me, whether you leave a comment in the links in comment down below, or you email me, DM me, whatever. Just let me know if you're interested. So of course I've got lots and lots of cool glass that I'm going to show off because, you know, Claudia and I love our glass. So I picked up this piece right here. It's a piece of federal glass in the Windsor cane and buttons. It's the lovely periwinkle. I'm going to call it periwinkle blue divided dish there. So I picked up that baby. I picked up a couple of, these are Anchor Hocking little baby juice glasses. These guys are cute. It's their rainflower pattern. So look at it, has like this flower on there on one side, and on the other there's those avocado green ones. These are like little baby juice glasses, like I don't know, 4 maybe 6 ounces. Like when I juice my oranges every morning for my smoothie, it's probably, I don't get even close to that much, so maybe there's 6 ounces. I usually get about 4 ounces. So I've got that glass wise. I picked up this baby. This is a, what did I decide this finally was? I think I finally decided this was Anchor Hocking. Now this might have had gold trim at one point in time, but whoever had it maybe got really frustrated and scrubbed it off. But it's a 3-sided divided dish, and I just sold the egg plate like this, and it's got the same backing back there. The back of this is gorgeous. I love the back of this. So a 3-sided, 3-divided tray. It almost looks like you could put the eggs in here too, because that's what the other one was for deviled eggs. It almost looks like that. It has that same kind of, there we go, Scoopy vibe going on there. So I picked up that. And then this is a dip bowl. It would have had a bigger bowl that would have held the chips. But look at that. It's like, I think this is Queen's Luster. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm thinking that's what this one is. So it's got that cool silver tone fade to it up at the top, that like mirrored fade. But hummus bowl, anyone? Hummus bowl. We got picnic season coming up. Now, if anybody out there knows differently, please let me know. From all the research I've done so far, this is a Fenton piece. I don't know. It's got like spiky, really spiky hobnails on it. But it said it was, they say they were open salt cellars. I don't know. That just seems an awful big space for salt. You know what that would be cool for though? Like little ketchup, mustard, like little condiments piece, or, you know, tea light, because that's kind of what I thought it was for, a tea light. And another Fenton piece. This is their 4-inch French opalescence triangle vase. Really, really cool. Let's see if I can remember the number. 3855, I believe, is the model number on this one. This is from the 40s, discontinued about 10 years later, so 40s to the 50s. That piece would have been. And then I picked up, I'm using the vintage muscles. Look at the Santa sleigh I picked up. I picked this up at one of those church thrift stores, and the lady who rang me out, she was like, yay, my Santa tray sold. I was like, this Santa sleigh is kind of awesome. Why wouldn't I? And this would be fabulous for all your little Mercury ornaments, or maybe some of your shiny brights, or some of the stuff you don't want to hang on the tree because you don't want the cat or dog to knock it over. Or a really awesome assemblage. That would be great in this too. The last glass piece I'm going to show you, because then we're going to have a discussion about not getting taken for a ride when it comes to glass. It's like I taken for a little bit of a, not a bad ride. I'll explain later. And then I picked up this, you know, I love my weird stuff. And if it comes in black, all the more I'm going to grab it. So look at this face. This face is awesome. So this is from Lima, Peru. This is a liquor bottle. It's cognac biscuit. I don't know. That's kind of what it says on the cap there. So there you go. Y'all can figure that out for yourselves. This is from the 60s. They had them in different shades, and I I loved his face. I thought he was quirky and weird and odd, and that's why I loved him. So that's kind of it for the glass. Now, let's get to the good part. Okay, so I was on Whatnot and I was shopping. I don't do a lot of shopping on Whatnot. I do some, not a lot. And I came across this lady. She was having a birthday celebration. It was awesome. She was super, super sweet. She had bought a little too much and was reselling it all back. Great idea. If you bought too much, sell it all back. And she had these eye wash. She had no idea what she had. She had some old medicine little bottles mixed in. I call them the spoonful of sugar medicine bottles in cobalt and a root beer color. But she had a lot of clear cobalt, and she had 2 glowy glass eye washes. So she had the uranium glass one. So this is a uranium glass one. It's not marked. This one is not marked. So I was cool with that one. But then I saw that she had a Vaseline glass one. So in case you don't, Vaseline glass, uranium glass. See the difference? See the difference? Yellow. But she didn't flip them over, and I missed, and I don't know if that's going to show up. Oh, it might just show up there, but I'll show you the mark in my book. All right. So there's a mark on the bottom of this. It is kind of a weird shield with an R inside. So not a mark you come across all that often. I figured I'd show it off here in my little, and I tote this book all the time. If you all don't have this book, please pick it up. It is an awesome, I'm totally not sponsored or anything, awesome book. This is Miller's Antique Marks, and it doesn't just have glass. It has ceramics, it has silver, it has gold, it has dolls and toys, like all these different marks inside. So really, really good, and it's pocket sized, which is awesome. So this is the mark I'm talking about. This one right there. Boop, 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 boop. There's an R with a shield. This is a Phil Russo mark, or Rosso, sorry, Rosso. I'm going to say it right. Out of Port View, Pennsylvania, USA. He started in 1969. So this will give you like little information too, which is kind of awesome. 1969, and this mark is for replica pressed glass. I got really excited because I thought I had picked up an antique piece of Vaseline glass. Now, am I really mad at it? No, because this is the only piece of Vaseline glass that I have. So this might be the only piece that's not for sale. So I wanted it, and there was no way I was going to get it. Even if I had known probably that the Russo mark was on the bottom, I probably still would have picked it up. But just because it's a replica, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. It just means that they've taken, and I have a few uranium glass pieces that are repurposed. It just means that they took some old piece of glass and they melted it down and remade it in a different form to kind of do like a throwback, a retro thing. So this was probably done in the 70s. It's still vintage. All his stuff is still pretty much vintage, but it's not the antique piece that I thought it was. So if you see that R mark in that shield that I showed you guys, just a heads up, he makes replica pieces, or they make replica pieces, but there are lots of artists out there today. I know there are a few who are redoing some old Fenton molds and stuff like that. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that it might be a little bit more affordable for you to pick up a piece that looks really old but kind of isn't. And sometimes replicas are worth more than the real thing. All right, so moving along from my lecture for the day. Next, I'm going to show you some neat little ceramic pieces I picked up. So I picked up, and I don't pick up ceramic pieces all that often. I don't know. I just don't, unless they're kind of quirky. This is it's a little ornament, and it's got a little Red Riding Hood on one side, and you flip her over, and it's the Big Bad Wolf on the other. I just thought that was really, I don't know, there's something cute and kind of charming about it. And maybe if you're a Little Red Riding Hood fan, or those Topsy-Turvy dolls, I love those Topsy-Turvy dolls, that would interest you. I also picked up, this is gorgeous. So here's a Shawnee pie bird. It is a big pie bird. I mean, look at, that's a huge pie. What kind of pie are we putting this on, people? So this is from the 30s, and it's very pastel-y. We've got greens and this off-white, almost bone color, and it's very pale, peachy pink on the base and on its beak. It has one little glaze mishap right there. Somebody must have sneezed when they were painting the eye. Who knows? But the diameter on it is huge too. It's like a 2-inch maybe almost 3-inch diameter. I mean, that's a massive, massive pie. But I thought for spring, look at how sweet that is. Oh, it's been sitting in my little spring collection. I picked it up, I think, last week, and I plunked it right down in my spring window display. So there's that piece. And then totally opposite end of the spectrum. But I always pick up planters when I find them. I've got this little lusterware. It's black with, I'm going to call it gold, but it's almost like a coppery, gold redware piece. So yeah, this is how you tell it's redware piece on the bottom. And it is a little double planter. It's just, I don't know, it's like a super cute little baby guy. I think he'd be great for succulents and air plants and this would be a great little cactus planter if you get some funky cactuses. So I picked that guy up too. And looking at my table, that's it for my ceramics. Now on to the paper, which is like my second love. All right, I say second love, but it really kind of should be my first love because I love the fact that paper can stick around for so long and have so much history attached to it. So I picked up 11 packs, and I'm going to sort them. I opened them up live on Whatnot, and we kind of went through them, and I sold a few off on Whatnot. But I have these that I'm going to show you. These are the special cards that came in this Campbell's Soup lot. These were done in 1995. They were all still closed. They were all numbered, and they were just really, really fun. So we've got the Optimist, a little girl there, going a spring day. This one's a spring day. And they're all really neat because on the back they have like this little write-up like when the cards were done. So this was a 1932 Campbell's Kid ad. I love this one. That's one of my favorites. Oh, I love that. It's almost like Lawrence of Arabia kind of vibe. Another 1932, done in 1932. The ad. The cards themselves are brand spanking new. I just opened them up, but they're from the 90s. There's another one. She's like going back to school. It's a 1928 ad. Look, Little Red Riding Hood. There we go. Little Red Riding Hood. This was a 1931 ad. Then they had said on the back of this card, this was 1936. So I guess in 34, they shifted away from the Campbell Kids. Then they went back, obviously, because that's what we all know. So they have this really nice painted picture. And these are all the special cards that came in the pack. Here we got a riding cowboy there, a Bronco Buster. This was a 1929 one. This one's actually about Arizona. And they all have like these little poems on the back, which I think are fun, and little historical facts. And then we have this, another one of my favorites right there. That's supposed to be like Captain Kidd. He's a little swashbuckler pirate, very Errol Flynn. This is a 1930s ad. This one here, it looks like a coming to America, like he's getting off the boat. He's a little immigrant, love it. 1931 on him. And the same one again with the little Arizona guy. Some of them I ended up with doubles. So I have them separated out into lots. They'll probably be coming to a static ephemera sale near you very soon. What else did I get? I picked up some antique. I have lots of postcards that I picked up, but some of these are just really fun. These are all Italian postcards. Look at those lovely ladies. They're gorgeous. I love them. This one's hysterical. Somebody threw the baby out with the bathwater. Look, they hung the baby out to dry. I don't know. The baby's screaming. The little girl's holding his hand. I just got a really big kick out of that. She's a super sweet girl. Oh, look at her hat. I love her face. She's very romantic and soft. Like I said, these are all Italian postcards. There's a nice little family shot. Real people postcards. Or real photo postcards, I guess I should say. Oop, and here's another one right there. I love the little kids. Some of these are posted, some of these weren't. And I threw this one in to that mix because I don't know why, what's up with me lately with stories and Mother Goose kind of stuff. But here, look, do you see, ooh, let me go the right way. This old lady right here, she is a freaky deaky old lady right there, right? That's like Hansel and Gretel stuff. You can't tell, but all this is all made out of candy. It's all made out of candy. But that's how she lured all these extremely sweet little Dutch children holding hands. Really? It's kind of adorable though. I really did not think, I don't know why I didn't think they dressed like that, but they're just really, really cute. So then I have a lot of Christmas postcards that I picked up. These are all early 1900s. Like this one here is 1906. Isn't she lovely? It's an angel coming out of a tree. We've got another Italian card there. Little kids dancing around the tree. This one's 1943. That's probably the newest postcard I have. Christmas greetings. There we go. Cute little girls praying to the stars there. Got a Santa. We got a Santa. He's coming in the window, though, or at least that's what it looks like. I don't know. It kind of looks like he's coming in through the window, but there's bricks underneath. I don't know. And then this one right here. Best wishes. All these flowers. Why did they way back when put all these like flowers that have like, in my mind, nothing to do with Christmas, or at least what we know, nothing to do with Christmas. Didn't think pink flowers were around at Christmas, but I guess they can be. So those are the postcards and the cute little Campbell cards. But wait, these next two lots are awesome. Okay, so this is a lot of things I want at auction. This is a bigger lot. There's 42 different cards, but there's lots of doubles. So these are 1885 trading cards, but they represent different countries, and there's kids, these kids representing these different countries, and you'll see what I mean there. So there's this boy here. This is Hungary. So I have, I think I got 3 of these. This one's a little bit better in the paint department there. And they're the size of postcards, which is cool. So there's the Hungary lot, or grouping. Here's Russia. Isn't she lovely? These are fantastic. And they're from all different countries. And some of them have writing on the back. Like this one here, this is Spain. This is actually 1881, this one here. This one's Spain. And the reason why I know that, oh, look at that. There's a calendar on the back for 1881. And then its partner, which is the same card. There's nothing on the back. So some of them are like blanks. Let's see, what country is this one from? This one looks like Sweden. This one looks like Sweden. Sweden card there. That one's cute. This is, I only have one of these. Look at her. She's so saucy. So Russian one. Let's see, what's this one? Denmark. Denmark. Little fisherman boy. Makes sense. And we've got Greece. I got like 2 of these Greece cards here. And we've got Peru. There's the Peruvian lady. And we've got, they're like little kids, like, oh my gosh, Philadelphia Cream and Caramel Company. This is the United States. So this is one of the United States. I think I have 2 sets of different ones of the United States. But this one on the top says Philadelphia Cream and Caramel Company. I wonder if that's Philadelphia cream cheese, like Philly cream cheese. So like I said, I've got a couple of these, well, quite a few, geez. I've got like 4 of the United States ones. This one here is Swiss. I love her hat. Hat's cool. Portugal. Got a couple of Portugals. There. Scotland. We've got Scotland. From Scotland. My family's of Scottish descent. So we've got some Scotland. We've got Switzerland. She looks like a nurse. We've got Turkey, although my son argued with me and said these are not Turkish, these are Ottoman Empire. Mom, get it right. So it literally says Turkey on the bottom, but he corrected me. It is technically the Ottoman Empire. The more you know. I was a history major, and I passed on that kind of love to my boys, and both of them will tell me when I'm wrong. They will prove it. I'm usually right though. Okay, next one here. Is this Hungary? Oh no, this is Italy. Sorry, Italia. Got a couple of those. I'm gonna say this is Australia. This next lot here. I've got a couple of these little fighting babies. He's doing some fisticuffs. Little sailor boy there from, assuming that means Australia. Another Russian one. She's lovely. I only have one of her. And then this is the other lot of the American ones. I've got quite a few of these little boys there in America. And then a Spanish one. And the last one is France. Vive la France. There. So these are awesome little trading cards that I wanted. 42 of them. They will be coming to a Whatnot and static sale on YouTube, because I'm going to do some on Whatnot, and I will do an ephemera sale coming up really soon, actually, on the YouTubes. So stay tuned for that. Okay, the biggest, baddest lot that I got was this right here. I have only partially gone through this. These are 19, let me do the bag first, bag noise. These are 1931 teaching aids. It's the best way I can describe it. They come with, in here there were all these little books and cards. So the booklets look kind of like this. They're like 1931 typed out, plain old brown like paper. They actually say 1931 on them. And there's like, I just thought these would be great for junk journaling to put these pages in, but that's not all that's in all of these. Some of these have awesome, this one's about Sleeping Beauty. Some of these have awesome fold out pages in there that I would photocopy, maybe blow up, color. Like look, that one's got like an evil witch on it. And then when you flip it to the other side, there we go. We've got the spinning wheel and Sleeping Beauty here. They go, I'm gonna touch it. Just watch me. I got my hand all ready. I'm going to touch it. So there's a bunch of different ones of these. Some of them are boring. Some of them are awesome. Some of them have paper dolls inside of them, these little booklets. Some of them have big pages like that. It was really interesting to look at these little things from way back then. In this lot too were these like random newspaper clippings. Like I was looking at this one, and it's funny because I found the back of this one more interesting. So there's like, they cut off the man's face. This was a, and these are also from the 30s, these little newspaper clippings. This is an Irishman who is now the new Governor General of Irish Free States, who was part of the Easter Rebellion in 1916, which is a big deal if you know your Irish history, or you know. But this is the article that was actually cut out. This right here. This whole article. Why don't they write stories like this anymore in the newspaper? We need more stories like, not just in the newspaper, but on the news. This is Spider Spins Web in 19-day fight to stop the clock. So the spider had gotten into this clock in this little girl's hand. And there's the spider right there. And he's spinning a web, I guess, and was trying to stop this clock. So they ended up by sending this clock with the spider and the spider web in it. It's in like some, I don't know, university they sent it to. Oh, Akron University. So they could watch the spider spin its web and try to stop the hands on the clock. But this was the piece that they had cut out. This was that random, and there's a couple of these random little newspaper clippings that were stuck in here as well. But what was really cool, what I really loved about these was, I'll show you, is they had these cards in them like this. So these are like cardstock cards, and this one right here is a visit from St. Nick. So it has this really cute little scene up there, and then it's got this whole little like write-up and poem down there. And on the bottom down here, look, we got Santa going, and then there's more stuff on the back, and they're just little like paper-sized bits. This one's another really pretty one. This is the fairy. It's about fairies, and it's got all these 1930s like fairies and sprites like dancing around this little poem. And what's great about these is you don't have to worry about what's on the other side, because it's just about, you know, education and supplemental suggestive reading activities. What kind of fairies are there? What did they like to color? I'm hoping they like to color flowers, because I love the flowers. But also, and it wasn't just little stories. Some of the little stories are great. There's like state cards. Oh, this one's cool. This one's super cool. I could do a whole like video on just these. We've got Robin Hood and all his different merry men there. There he's getting married. So some of them are like little stories. Some of them like this are art, just these beautiful, beautiful pieces of art that are in here. This one is the Solemn Pledge. I love that. That is really cool. There's like I think there's King Arthur in here as well. There's like, this one is cute. This one you could cut up and you make it into a puzzle. Can you talk? This whole little old picture, and then you cut along those white lines in there to make a puzzle. And here, how to set up and make little like chairs and little buffet tables, lamps. This was clothespin doll furniture. So it shows how to make the doll furniture out of clothespins, which I thought was so cute. This next one, I know a lot of people are going to like this one. You know I don't like my dolls, but paper dolls are a different story. So this one here, this is a paper doll any child can make. Look at her 1930s face, her 1930s figure. I love it. Little shoes. So it's a whole little like pattern. And then it gives you how to do it on the back. So these were just great. And like I said, there's so many and so many. Some of them are just like old photos. Like this one is, I think this is Custer. Oh no, this is a Minuteman. I lied. This is a Minuteman. I should know that. I should know that. I was born in Massachusetts. So there we go. There's a Minuteman. So some of them are these like black, and there's nothing on the back of this. So using this in your art projects would be a really good idea. See, and then we have pretty art. I like that one. It's very impressionistic. Is this Carnation, Lily, Rose? Okay. Doesn't tell me who. I don't know who did that one. I don't know. And then they have like silly stuff. Like there's states in here. Here they go. Here we go. I found the state one. There we go. There's New York, the Empire State. So there's a couple of different state ones in here as well. So there's New York City. And then believe it or not, there are a lot of cows in New York. A lot of cows where I live. So I have to go through all of these. There's a huge stack, so that'll be coming to a live sale, static sale near you very, very soon. So that's it. Okay, so the last thing I have to show off, and I pick these up when I can. When I see them and they are a good price, I pick them up. I picked these up at the SPCA of Dutchess County. They had a beautiful thrift store, beautiful thrift store. It was clean. It was very well organized. The staff was super nice, and everything was very reasonably priced. Like they weren't giving stuff away for like 50 cents or $1. I will say that, but they were appropriately pricing with room for resellers if you wanted to resell. So if you live in the Dutchess County area, head on over there and check them out. So they did have stuff that gave you wiggle room for resale, and also really great clothes. I picked up 2 faux leather jackets over there, designer faux leather jackets, a red one and a brown one for $3 a piece. Really good deal on that. I also picked up, and if you were on the Glass with Class sale when we did the hen on nest, you know that I said, I want a hen on nest, but I don't want to buy one. I want to find it. I found it there. I found it. I should have showed it to you. Maybe I'll pop a picture in here at the end. So I found not just a hen on nest. I found a Westmoreland hen on nest, which is awesome. But not just that it was the Westmoreland, because you know, hen on nest we can find them. They're not hard to find, but sometimes they're not as affordable. I picked that up for $10 and is in great condition. I found the matching rooster sitting right next to it. The matching rooster. And the rooster, believe it or not, is harder to find and worth more than the actual hen on nest. So if you find the rooster, Westmoreland, they're going for some pretty good bucks. And I actually only spent $6 on the rooster. Now he's missing some paint on his comb, and he would have had paint on his little birdie chicken feet there. That's pretty much gone, the chicken feet. I actually thought it was dirty, but it wasn't. That was another thing. All their stuff is super clean. You know how you go into some of these thrift stores and it's like a year's worth of gunk on stuff? Everything was really, really clean. So I like that. So I got my hen and the rooster, $16 for the pair. Can't beat that. Not for sale, I'm keeping them. But in this thrift store, because see, I digressed into this whole different story. At this thrift store, they had doilies. So I picked up some doilies because I like them. I've seen some really great art with them too. So we've got this one here. This one is done with that really fine ecru. Then we've got this one here, which has the solid like hanky center. And then the really light, this one's probably a little on the damaged side right there, I think. But I stick these under my plants to make them look pretty. I have a lot of plants. I have to do a plant tour one of these days. You know what? That's on the to-do list now. Got this like star, this blue star one. It's got the light baby blue and white in there. I like that. That'd be cool for Christmas if you do blue and white. It looks pretty. This one's my favorite though. I love this one. This is super fine, super lacy, pink, white, and green. I love the center on that one. And this is a good sized one. So here, there's the center on that one. And it's just, I don't know, the work that goes in these. I had somebody say on one of my Whatnots, because I usually stick these in my buy it nows in the Whatnot store. I don't sell them for much. I only sell them for a couple dollars a piece. And I had somebody comment, oh my God, I can't believe how inexpensive these are going for. So much work and effort went into them. They do. I have done a few of them myself and damn near went blind doing them. I'm convinced that I almost went blind doing them. And it takes hours and hours of work, and you get a little piece this big and you're like, that's it, I'm done. I'm done. My hand hurts. I'm going blind. All this for a silly doily. I'm done. And then I messed up 5 rows back, and now I have to rip out like 6 rounds of stuff. Ugh, I hate working like that. Like, I'll sit and do granny squares all day long, but then I have to sew them together, and I lose the energy to sew them together after. Like, I need someone to sew together my granny squares. I'll just sit and make granny squares and you sew them together. I get bored. I get bored really easy when I knit and crochet, which I have not done in a while. Just rambling on here. So, okay. On to the next thing. So that's it. That's kind of my little haul. I could have gone on forever with that pack of ephemera, that last pack I showed you, because it was really huge. So if you saw something maybe you liked, let me know. We'll make a deal. We'll cut a deal. If not, you'll see some of this stuff. I've got Glass with Class every Monday over on Claudia K. Vintage's channel, 1 p.m. Eastern. We talk about glass, and then we sell some really cool glass. So it's a teaching, learning. That's Glass with Class. Get it? I do a couple pop-ups over on Whatnot, but I'm over there every Thursday night at 7 p.m. I do a live on Whatnot, and I've been doing a couple of Tuesdays, and maybe I'm going to throw in a Sunday sale too. You'll see. Throwing some fun stuff in over there that's a little different than what I do here. And I do a static sale every Wednesday on YouTube. I pop up a static sale, which is a lot of work. The statics are a lot of work. They really, really are. Oh, so that's what I got going on during the week. So until next time, everyone, stay swanky and stay classy.